first conversations I generally have with clients are we going to litigate or are we going to mediate? Personally, as a divorce lawyer, you would never catch me in a courtroom. I would try to mediate my case before I'd ever resort to that. There's so many upsides to mediation that a lot of people don't consider. The first one being cost. They say the average divorce mediation costs about $5,000, whereas the average divorce litigation costs $50,000. So generally, it's a no-brainer to at least try it. Now, there are some cases where mediation doesn't work, and that's when there's a pretty significant power imbalance between the parties. And that can be because of like a domestic violence issue, mental health issues, or frankly, just because one spouse has more knowledge than the other. Like, so if you are a stay-at-home spouse and your partner's an attorney, maybe you don't want to do that, right? But we have other options that we can explore outside of court if that's the circumstance. So that's kind of the first conversation I have with most clients, is trying to figure out what actually fits for them. For those people that mediation isn't just an option because of those reasons, we'll a lot of times consider conciliation, which is a bit different than mediation because you have both parties and both attorneys as well as a conciliator in the room. There's a lot of retired judges now that are doing this type of work, and it gives you the opportunity to kind of really flush out your case and really hear feedback from a judge who knows what they're talking about, has had time to look through all your documents, has had time to talk to you, talk to your attorney, and is really giving you some honest feedback about your case. So there are a lot of options outside of court. Sometimes, of course, you just have to go to court. You're at a stalemate. You're not going to make any progress until the judge gives their feedback or issues an order. So that's always an option, but it's not the only option.